On occasion, when Paul is writing to the Corinthians, he finds himself having to defend his apostleship, his status, as it were, uh, to be someone who teaches with authority. And it's going to get a lot more heated in 2 Corinthians when he starts to do this. But at this point, the point he wants to make to them is, look, I could have, if I'd wanted to, have required payment for my ministry and my services. It's a biblical principle. You see it in the Old Testament. And Jesus says that you're to expect that, but I didn't. I actually gave up that right that was mine because I was just so desperate to give you the gospel for free. And we know that Paul in his ministry would make tents. That's how he earned a living. And he would sell the tents, and so he never had to charge the Corinthians anything for proclaiming the gospel to them. And there are lots of principles that we can draw from that, but I think the main thing is just to take that, the fact that we get to share the gospel with people. Paul saw that as payment in and of itself. Is that how you see it? Because most of the time I see it as a burden. Most of the time I see it as, something I feel guilty about because I feel like I'm not very good at it. I'm not any good at it. And also something I feel, is a bit of a battle. And Paul here is saying, look, I get to tell people about Jesus, and that is awesome. That is like the equivalent of a massive salary for me. I don't need it. I don't want your money. I don't need your money because this is great for me. This is sustenance enough for me. And just that last little verse, just one line from it, from verse 18. What is my reward? Just this, that in preaching the gospel I may offer it free of charge. And the challenge for you and for me is to today go out and find a way of sharing the good news about Jesus, obviously free of charge. Don't say, oh, by the way, Jesus can bring you peace, and that's £55, please. Just tell them about Jesus and his peace. Tell them about Jesus and his life, the life that he offers. Tell them about Jesus and the freedom that he's brought to you. Tell them about Jesus and the forgiveness that he's brought into your life. Tell them about Jesus. Tell them about Jesus. And as we talk about Jesus, what we find is that becomes just the sweetest reward we will ever know.